I mean, I think it will from the point of view that oil's going to grow. Demand for oil's going to be up 1.5% this year. Historically, for the last 20 years, it's been only up 1%. That's because the economies around the world are doing better. So it would tighten without. I mean, if you take away 1 million barrels a day, I mean, you could say, well, wait a second, that oil's going to go to other places. But you take away 1 million barrels a day, then you're going to have a situation where oil can actually go to 75, 80, which is why the oil stocks are finally reacting much more positively, including companies like Schlumberger, which has been a complete dog because they represent long-term view of drilling. So I think that the price of oil is correct. I do think that oil will be going up no matter what, but this is just an accelerant.
Although I feel like we had a bunch of our experts on about a month ago when oil was in the low 70s saying we're heading up from here, in part because of Venezuela, lack of production. Mexico, also the Gulf.
Right, well, Mexico's not drilling.
I'm forgetting one other place where they're not as much. And then obviously,
Nigeria.
Thank you. It didn't happen.
No, because at the very same time, Libya came back online. And it's a very short-term thinking market. Now, by the way, out 5 years, it does show that there's not going to be any real lift. I think that the short-term nature of oil, and I'm quoting here from Core Lab, just is going to go higher, if only because they haven't, there's just no big plans. And I was in the Gulf 2 weeks ago. I mean, nobody's drilling. I mean, Chevron was the last company to drill. Nobody's drilling.
Right.
And that's what controls the real price. Is these million-barrel finds, not the Permian.
Well, Core, what was Core's target, their projection to you?
On $100.
$100?
Yeah.
Within?
By maybe even within the year.
Yeah.
And that's because,
I remember when you told us that. We were like, what?
I did too.
Well, look, a lot of this is just quite simply the idea that nobody really believes the big oil companies nor the nations really believe enough to write a check to Schlumberger, or in the case of Venezuela, which, by the way, has the largest reserves in the world. And its country's falling apart. It's a failed state.
Terrible.
But no one can figure out why Mexico isn't drilling.
Yep.
No one can figure out why a lot of the Western African countries aren't drilling. Why is Indonesia not drilling? Why is China not drilling? It is really, that's why oil's going higher.
How about the impact on the consumer? You know, we've talked about real wages going flat.
Right.
It's in large part to what oil's done over 12 months. If it did it again,
well, if it did it again, it'd be bad. But, you know, look, no one knows autos like Phil LeBeau. And Phil has been saying that the autos now, with the exception of what the president wants, because he wants to cut
fuel economy.
Right,
but the fact is, to finish, fuel economy has gone up so much, it just doesn't matter.
Right.
As much as it did 10, 15 years ago.
No.